Okay, so I'm here at the Garrick Theatre with Arturo Brachetti. How did you get into doing quick change?
Well, I started when I was 13 because I was a very shy boy. So my parents put me in a seminary, and thank God I found there a priest who was a magic priest, a magician. So he taught me magic tricks there, and still I was a shy boy, so I was putting on costumes to perform these tricks. So I started as a Chinese and an Indian and so on, and then at the age of 15 I had my first quick change act, and then well, was not very professional, I was quite naff, I would say, but then at the age of 18 I had a good one and I won a competition and so on.
Wow, that's a really, really crazy story though, isn't it?
Well, it can be even worse, but I cannot say on our interview.
Oh, okay. You tell me afterwards, I'll switch it off then in that case.
No, but I had great fun. In fact, the magic was my social revenge. I was very bad at football, you know. They used to take me and put me in a rubbish bin for fun, of course. I was the smallest, the skinniest, and you know, the nerd. And thank God, with the magic, with the transformation, people, even my colleagues, no, I wouldn't say colleagues, my friends at school, they start to appreciate me.
So, which is your favourite quick change now? What's your favourite transformation that you do?
Oh, in this show I do about 50 or no more, 68 or transformations of costumes, and then I do others when I come back with the same costume, but for the public it's not a transformation. For me, yes, because I'm coming back to tell the story. Altogether is 80 plus the 20 hats. That with one hat I make 20 characters, so it's more or less 100 transformations. But I don't have a favorite one because I have no time to enjoy a character. Each character lasts 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, 40 seconds. So there's no time really to say, oh, I'm great when I'm Jim Kelly. Yeah. You know what I like a lot? In one moment in the show when I fly. In that moment, because I do it every day, it's like a dream that comes true every day. It's very helpful. Yeah.
How do you go about putting a show like this together? How do you decide what characters you're going to be?
This show here in the Garrick Theatre is the son of an older show. We did a one-man show for 10 years called The Man of a Thousand Faces, and then we refurbished, we recreated to come to London, and it took us almost 2 years to come out with a new story, and new characters, and so on. We start always from above. I don't start, I want to do that character, and then where can I put it? No. We start from the theme. So one moment of the show is about Hollywood, so I'm doing 30 characters of Hollywood. So we just name them. So, oh, let's do Moses, let's do Frankenstein. And what else people could know? Nosferatu, and then Charlie Chaplin. Oh, yes, Charlie Chaplin, yes, Charlie Chaplin, no. And then we discuss, and at the end, we choose the characters that are mostly well-known or funnier, or we have a good gag for it. Then in another moment, I'm doing the Four Seasons. So the Four Seasons, we know which one are they. So we start always from above, like a play. You start with the story and then you choose the characters.
Do you have to adjust it for the different audiences that you play to? So have you changed it to be for a London audience?
The show is the same.
Right.
Of course, each nation has a different impact. So sometimes some jokes are funnier in some nation, or some characters are recognizable. For instance, Casablanca here in England, or The Sound of Music. Wow, the audience, as soon they see me dressed as Maria, they laugh. In Italy it was much more difficult, but in Italy they recognize all the characters of the Fellini movies. Right. So in America they go crazy for Gone with the Wind. So each nation, we don't change the show, but there's so many characters, so we are able to please most of the nationalities.
Yeah. And how are you enjoying London?
I like London a lot. I used to live here in the 80s. Yes, I was one of the new romantics, you know, with the makeup and the costume, in the real life, in the streets. So I was metamorphosizing. You don't say this word probably, but you understand what I mean. Even during the daytime, which I don't do now at all. But I still like London because it's so full of different things, and so full of fantastic theaters and cultural occasion. I like Europe all of it, above everything. I was in the States for 8 months. I was very bored because if you're not in New York, in the States can be very boring. You know, Detroit, Minnesota, Tulsa, Houston. You know, in 2 hours you visit the town. And here, thank God, I have every Tuesdays off, which allows me to go to see any other play. And then Sunday evening as well, so I go to see movies in original language. That for me is a great gift. And then, apart the other cultural wonder that London has.
So what other plays have you seen while you've been here so far?
I've been seeing some shows. I've been seeing Billy Elliot for the 3rd time, Les Miserables for the 9th time, War Horses, wonderful, for my 1st time, and La Cage aux Folles. But for instance, last night I went to eat in a restaurant next to the Tower Bridge, a wonderful place, Le Pont de la Tour. And I shouldn't say, but it's not expensive. It's a good, you can bring your family, your guests. When they come to London, they want to have an evening to remember.
And you're here until, it's January you're running to?
We are running until the 3rd of January, and of course this is a family show. We expect so that around Christmas it will be one of the elected show to spend an evening of entertainment. The show has very little story, but most of it is just entertainment, surprises, magic, transformation, illusions, with a storyline and a little morale at the end. At the end we say, well, I say, because I'm the only one on stage, that we need illusions. We need to dream. It's the only way to keep us human being raised to heaven or whatever. But, you know, we need to dream.
Lovely.